So I want to start this video with a very serious question. Yeah, that's serious. So if I wear a hard hat with a headlamp on it, have I modified my head? So if I have a pistol with a light on it, is that considered modified? That's a question for the YouTube manual reviewers. I don't think so, but they do. Today we're looking at the Surefire XSC. Are you ready? Stand by. So the Surefire XSC is a light for kind of these micro compacts like the P365 XL, the Glock 43X and 48, as well as the Hellcat as you see here. Unfortunately, because there's not any like uniformity amongst the rails, you do have to buy like a light specific version like it says on this light, Hellcat right here. So I already tried it. Won't fit on my P365 XL because of their crazy SIG proprietary rail. But we're not talking about that, we're talking about this little light. So 350 lumens, it has a very wide spread that kind of lights up a room. It's not got the very tightly focused beam like you would throw on a rifle or something like that, looking at targets way down range. This is basically meant to fill up a room is the way it seems to work, at least in my testing of it. 350 lumens is plenty bright for what the mission of a little compact pistol like this is. I would say that they pretty much nailed the brightness. Like it's enough to where you're not going to blind yourself in a smaller room with white paint on the walls, but you can absolutely see into bigger rooms. You can see pretty far, pretty much the range that you would want for a micro compact pistol such as this, considering the effective range of what you'll be able to sight and actually shoot at isn't going to be as good as you would get from like a rifle or even a full size pistol. But what's most interesting about this light to me is it seems like they took a page out of the Olight book and offered a rechargeable battery in order to hit a size profile. So the XSC does not use conventional batteries, but there's a little switch, but with a little bit of cussing and pushing on this little switch, you can sometimes get the battery to come out. So there it is, and you've got your battery right there. So that's the fuel source for the light right there. It is a rechargeable battery. And to that point, they give you a cradle that you can recharge your battery on. There's only one way you can kind of get it in there, but they do not give you a wall plug to actually plug in with. So you need to use your cell phone charger or the whole drawer of them that you have from all your phones over the years. Hold the tab to take the battery out and it will snap back in the light, no problem. The switching is pretty much like most of the other lights at this point, and it's honestly, the pads are located really well to be used with the thumb of your support hand. You can press for momentary and it'll turn off, or you just do an instant press and it will stay on, and it works just fine. The XSC delivers on the quality that is promised from the Surefire name, so the switching is legit. Now, holster support for these is kind of dodgy. Roger over at QVO Tactical is making holsters for the lights. So there is a Hellcat with the XSC in a QVO Tactical holster in a super awesome pattern that looks like the Pizza Hut you went to as a kid kind of threw up on a holster, and like it's that much awesome, but on a holster. Now, personally, I don't like carrying weapon mounted lights because I think it makes carrying a gun very uncomfortable. This part of the holster kind of digs into your thigh. The gun isn't able to move around as well. It's not as bad as it is on like a full-size gun with a muzzle linked light. However, it is still going to be less comfortable than a regular holster on a gun with no light. So it kind of begs the question, like, have we jumped the shark with micro weapon mounted lights? And speaking with one of my law enforcement buddies, he says the only time he uses his weapon mounted light is when he's like actively searching a building where he believes there to be a dangerous person in them. So that is a great use for this kind of light, but if you consider the mission of this gun, which is like convenient, easy to carry, very lightweight, it's adding weight, it's adding bulk, it's making the gun less comfortable to carry, it's kind of defeating the purpose of the design of this kind of form factor of pistol anyway. For being what it is, it works really, really well, but I kind of ask the question, like, is this kind of inconsistent with what the gun is supposed to be? And that's my question to you, is would you carry a light on your little micro compact 9 like the Surefire XSC? If you want to check them out, I've got links to them in the description. If you could like the video, subscribe to the channel, be sure and ring the bell and you can see future world-class firearms content here on the channel. I've got a link to the Hellcat RDP for you to watch, and YouTube thinks you'll enjoy this video. I appreciate you guys, and I will catch you on the next one. Take care, guys.